How to reclaim your joy. In case we haven't met yet, I'm Jess Go. I'm the sole founder of Life in Confidence. And after taking some time out away from my business to go inward, I was able to discover the joy that was missing in my life. You see, when I was a little girl, I was full of life and full of joy. I was so happy to play, to laugh, to smile, to dance, to truly be the light that's in my heart. And as time goes on, the conditioning starts to kick in, the trauma that I've experienced in my upbringing. And as I went into my teens, I was carrying so much anger and resentment, as well as hatred towards my parents for showing me that I have to be imprisoned by the slavery of money, and that life was all about working hard to make money, to pay for the bills, to get a home, a car, to go on a holiday, and so forth. And I lost myself through that process. I couldn't ignite that spark that I've been longing for when I was a little girl. In my 20s, I didn't know what was my purpose in life. I was so caught up in the shadows of my darkness. And in my 30s, in this life cycle that I'm in now, I'm now able to transition out of the matrix by working in corporate or working for someone else, and to live my dharma through the work that I do now, and to be able to run a full-time business, generating a full-time income that's providing me an abundant lifestyle, living by Bondi Beach and accessing incredible resources for me to nourish my body, to nourish my connections with soul line friendships and communities, as well as healing experiences as well, and to be more grounded in nature. So, to be able to achieve this level of success, I also lost myself along the way. After the highs, there's always lows. So what goes up must come down. And this is the journey that I am really discovering. What does joy mean to me now? Because it's completely different to what the experience was when I was a little girl. And after working so hard this year, growing and expanding my business, not just online, but also face-to-face, interstate and overseas. And it has definitely taken a toll on my soul. And it's just been burnt out after burnt out, recovering from being sick after working so hard. But when will I ever give myself a break, go on a holiday, get away from it all? Get someone to look after me, hold space for me, nourish me, where I don't need to do the work anymore. And that's when I decided to attend this meditation retreat up in the Blue Mountains, just to get away from the hustle and bustle of my schedule and of my lifestyle, and to really ground myself in the midst of nowhere. to just be with me, no one else. And through this experience, I met such incredible, beautiful souls along the way. Being nourished by beautiful food, being immersed around trees, birds laughing and chirping away, and hearing the bristles of the bush rummaging through by the possums, and walking barefoot along the roads and the gravel and the grass and in the creek. And despite all that, I still didn't discover what I came to experience. And on the last day of the retreat, Sunday, there was a beautiful activity where we wrote letters to God, and God would write us a letter back. So for me, I decided to be the leader and share first. And this is what I wrote to God. Hey Spirit, how may I be of service to you today? Is there anything that I need to let go of? Who do I need to forgive? How can I practice more compassion and kindness? Please fill me up with so much of your presence, wisdom, and divine love. Please show me to your light that resides inside of me. Please help me infuse my heart with so much joy and gratitude. Please show me to embody and embrace abundance in my being. Please show me that it's safe to say no to people. Please show me how I can step into my power to express what doesn't sit right with me. Please help me to communicate my truth with assertiveness, clarity, and kindness. Please open up my mind and consciousness to what's possible for me. Please communicate with me every single day, with every breath I take. Love, Jess. And this is the letter that God has wrote to me. Dear my darling Jess, I see and feel your fears and insecurities, your doubts and hesitations, your holding back from life. My child, this is not who you are. It's the illusion of your ego, your past, and your conditioning. So my child, take a moment to be present, to open up and allow me to be with you. I will guide you and show you the way to where you need to be and how to show up in the world. Let me move you, see you, love you, and inspire you. You are the light that's in your heart. Love and blessings, Spirit. And I witnessed a man who was in his late 60s sharing his letters to God. And it wasn't an easy process for him to open up his heart and really show his vulnerability and the emotions he's been carrying. And he started to tear up, and he was trying to hold himself back from falling into tears. And when he finished his share, I said, thank you for being so vulnerable. Thank you for opening up yourself to us and being in your heart. And he looked down into his lap and started to cry. When that session was over, a different man, he approached me and he see me with such presence through his eyes. I could see his eyes were welling up with tears as he sees me. And I never seen him see me in that way before. He usually has this joker face and constantly make fun of me and tease me. And I didn't see any of that. And he said to me, I was really moved by your share and the letter that you wrote and the way you spoke it. I encourage you to write a letter each day to God for a year and compile it into a book. Because when we leave this earth, we leave nothing behind. But when you leave a book, there is so many messages there that so many people need to hear, to be moved by, to be inspired by. So please continue doing this so many others can be helped. And I receive that with so much grace and presence. And that's when I was able to find my joy. You see, so many of us are seeking joy outside of ourselves through achievements and material success, like myself, through certain relationships and family members, looking for that validation, warmth, connection and affection, seeking joy through places and travel, and in engaging in activities and comfort foods and substance abuse, such as alcohol, smoking, drugs. That instant gratification, to have that dopamine hit of what joy is, when really joy is accessible in all of us. It doesn't have to be found in an experience or a person or a thing. It starts with you. And that's what I got from the retreat. And that was my intention coming into the retreat, was to find my joy and to bring it back into my day-to-day life. That my life isn't all about working so hard into the ground, where I've been transferring that conditioning into my soul-led business. As soon as you open up your heart and allow yourself to be vulnerable with yourself and with others, the feelings of joy will naturally come through an open heart. And as I say goodbye to the people at the retreat, that man who saw me with his kind words and his eyes was rummaging through his pockets and gave me a deck of cards that he bought at the retreat center, and he gave it to me as a gift. And it said self-mastery. There were affirmation cards that were written by the retreat. And he said, "This is for you. I want you to have it. You are an old soul, and you have walked this earth many times. Keep doing what you're doing." And I felt that joy through the connection, through his presence, through his eyes, through his heart, and through the gift that he gave me. And since coming back, those cards that I see every day is a reminder of those experiences of joy that I found myself at that retreat. To keep my heart open and not get caught up in the conditioning of rescuing others and feeling burdened by the responsibilities of hard work. I really hope that you received a divine message for yourself in this through my share and my personal journey with joy, and that we can experience, you and I can experience joy at any given moment, as soon as you keep your heart open to it. If you are struggling to experience joy, not to find it, but to experience it, I invite you to join me for my upcoming experiences of transformation, inner transformation. I'll be running my last Healing Childhood Trauma workshop in Sydney, and there's only a couple of spots left. I won't be running it again. So if you feel called to join me, please click on the link below to learn more and to book yourself a spot. If you can't join me in Sydney, I am running my full moon inner child healing circle via Zoom and also at my place in Bondi Beach. And if you are ready to start healing the fragments of your inner child and to bring that joy, that fun, that play, that presence into his or her being, please join me. You'll love it. Click on the link below to learn more and to book your spot via Zoom or in person at my place. I am also running my Transforming Trauma weekend retreat at my place in Bondi. If you would like to experience a personalized breakthrough in making peace with your past, and I will only take 4 beautiful souls for this experience to keep this container intimate and sacred. So you can click on the link below to learn more. And I'll be running my Transforming Trauma weekend workshop in Tokyo and in Sydney. If you feel called to start to rise through trust and not trauma, that you are ready for a deep awakening by clearing and healing your ancestral lineage, your family dynamic, your childhood traumas, and your past life traumas. This experience is for you if you're ready to move mountains. And this is limited to 8 people per workshop. So please click on the link below to learn more. And if you feel called, trust your inkling, that pull, your intuition, whatever you want to call it, that gut feel, to book yourself a spot to any of these experiences that I shared with you, because it is your spirit telling you and guiding you this is the way for you to move forward. So my love, if you got something out of this, please subscribe to my YouTube channel so I can reach more people through my messages. Like this video, comment below if you got something out of this, and please share it with your loved ones too, so this message can serve them too. And remember that you are the light that's in your heart.